Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Combat Craig, and today we're talking about the 2025 cost of living increase and how that's going to affect your VA disability pay. We're going to go over the dates, special monthly compensation, DIC. I got my homeboy Raider X here with me.
What's
What's going on,
up?
dude?
Another day in
And we're
paradise.
going. Okay, so and we're going to do this together and kind of bounce off of that. For those of you that don't know, I don't know why I just did that. Raider X is a X Raider, so clever name. So he always has a different perspective than not a different perspective. We're heading in the right direction, but he has different insights because he was working for the enemy for 13 years. So why don't we start off with uh, the increase is actually 2.5%. How do you feel about that as a number?
Honestly, it's low, but we already knew that's going to be the case. I mean, they for whatever reason when they figure out the colas, they use the third quarter statistics, which is going to be July, August, and September. They use that. Um, they use those 3 months to determine what the number is going to be, and it's based off the CPI-W, which is wage based. And that's a consumer price index. So that's where that percentage comes from.
And
Um, I,
then and then to hop in, there's two things that they actually leave off of there, and I believe they're food and gas, and those are where the actual big numbers come from, and things that are more impactful because we have to eat and drive our cars around, stuff like that.
right, but if
So
you look,
when
if
we're
you look,
like,
if you look compared to the past 2 years, 2022 was an 8.7% increase, and 2023 was a 3.2% increase. So now we're looking at 2.5. The economy sure as hell ain't getting any better; it's getting worse. So how they want to justify the 2.5%? I mean, numbers are being juggled somewhere, in my opinion.
and
Um,
I have that part on the screen now. So the 2025 VA disability pay rates 2.5% increase. 2024 had, I believe, 2.3 or
3.2.
3.2 or something. And
Yeah,
then
and then
the 2023 rates, that's when we had the big bug and stuff, and that was 8.7%. And kind of always, I think 8.7% is, it should be four times higher than it normally is, basically, is what I'm getting at. So um, that 8.7% should have been much higher. But anyway, let's just kind of walk through these the 2025 VA disability pay rates here. You have 10 and 20%, and at 10 and 20%, I don't know if my mouse will work over here. That those two compensation rates don't have dependents. You need a 30% disability rating to have your dependents included. We are not going to be going over the extended VA expanded chart of dependents. We're talking about veteran alone. So if you need to add dependents, go to the VA's website, see what dependents you have, what they are. If you're already doing it, it's going to be automatic, but you're basically going to times it by 2.5%. Is that, or
yeah,
how do you do it?
it's basically what I mean. Bottom line is, if you want to find out what your new pay is going to be, if everything's staying the same, whatever you're getting this month, times it by 1.025, and that should be your new pay come December 31st, 2024, when you get your because these pay rates kick in on December 1st, but since we get paid a month behind, you'll see it in your December 31st
Can
paycheck.
you hit me with that number one more time? Because I really suck at math and this thing. So it's the current pay rate times.
1.025. So you're timesing it by one, and then you're adding that 2.5%, but you have to put a zero in there for the decimal point. So it's 1.025%, or your
Yeah,
times by
I failed.
1.025.
I failed decimal point class, unfortunately, and it's something that I should have been paying attention to because it is a real world thing. Here we are. Anyway, that's what you do, folks. So let me switch back over to the screen. As you obviously, one thing that kind of stands out. it's been like this, but the 50% rate is $1,102.04. I remember I had a 50% rate for a while, and it was under $1,000. So whatever. It's nice that it's over $1,000, but it's not nice that there's so much cost of living adjustment stuff. And then scrolling down or going down a little lower, the big jump here that I know most of you guys or all you guys are watching is the gap between 90 and 100%. So that's $2,297.96 versus 100% is $3,831.30. And really, this one, this is the big gap. This is the hardest 10% to get. And no matter how you go about doing this, TDIU, which would be called the easier way, versus the hard way, which is using the combined ratings table, you're in a medical evidence battle, and you're having medical evidence used against you in the C&P exam and what's in your records and potentially what you've been saying, most likely what you've been saying. So you need a doctor to speak on your behalf. You're not qualified to do it because you're not a doctor. If you want to learn more about this process, check out my bootcamp at combatcraig.com. There's going to be a link in the description. And then also, if you need an actual doctor to help you with the diagnosis or write the nexus for you, that's also at combatcraig.com. And links in the description. So what else, Raider X, should we talk about here in the
pull up that
VA
chart
disability pay rates?
That chart that you just had up.
I got it? Oh,
okay.
Great. I think I got you up. Okay.
Scroll down. Scroll down. You're going to see the two charts toward the bottom of it, and those actually will
the infographics. You mean?
Yes. Those actually list dependent pay and stuff like that. Those are added onto it. If you look at that graphic, it's color coded for veteran, married, dependents, and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to get a rough estimate as far as additional compensation depending on your dependent situation, that information is there as well.
Yep. So this is just a better way to look at an infographic is a graphical representation or presentation of numbers. It does work a little bit better for me because I'm a visual person. While we're looking at this graph here, if spouse requires aid in attendance and you're in the 30, so if the spouse requires aid in attendance, I'm noticing that it jumps up.
Yes.
Right. So it's 58, 43 at 30%, and then it's 195.92 at 100%. So all sorts of benefits, monetary benefits get added to you the higher up you go. So get as high as you need to go, get there with medical evidence. And then that one was without children. So this other chart here is talking about, each additional child under age 18, each additional school child over 18, and that is for college. I think it's up to 25 years old, right?
Yes.
So that's going to be like Champ VA. This is 100% stuff for the most part, right? I mean, there's two kinds of that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but under 18 and over 18, and then again, if your spouse requires aid in attendance. Let me jump in here real quick and tell you about my boot camp. If you want to learn more about the VA claims process, check out my boot camp. You can talk to me live. There's a link on the website and in the description, combatcraig.com. And also, if you need medical evidence like a nexus or documenting your symptoms properly, go to our website, combatcraig.com, and it says medteam/nexus letters. Click on that link, fill out the form. Boom, you're done.